Yo guys, and welcome back to another video. My name's Killian, and today we're going to be going through my top 10 albums of all time. Right, so guys, I did just try and film this. My camera wasn't on, apparently. So, we're going to go again. Hopefully it's working. So, let's get into it, and let's start with number 10. So, number 10 is an album by the Kid Laroi. The deluxe version's called Savage. The main version's just called F Love. Now, I love this album because it's such a recent album, and I'm so proud of where the Kid Laroi has come from. Coming from poverty in Australia, coming over to America and making it big time. I've loved seeing the progression of the Kid Laroi from when I watched his No Jumper interview. That's when I first started looking at him and listening to some of his music, and I just think his development is insane. And he's got the qualities to go on and be a big artist. Even bigger than he is now, overtaking people in monthly listeners like Lil Uzi Vert. And it's just insane what he's been able to do within a year's time. Right, so the next album, my number 9th. So this is Post Malone's album called Hollywood's Bleeding. Now I do love this song. I obviously like the introduction, Hollywood's Bleeding. And all the other songs on this album were amazing. I love Post Malone as an artist. Everything he does is amazing. Even his feature on Wolves by Big Sean, I love that song so much, and everything Post Malone does is so amazing, and he's such an incredible artist, and I'm happy he's staying consistent with his music and keep releasing. Right, so next is the first entry by XXXTentacion. So X is my favourite artist of all time. I have gone for Question Mark, because I love this album, at number 8. So this is number 8, and Question Mark is a really special album to me, because after 17 released, which you'll see later in this video, Question Mark just meant so much to me because of how different it was and how special it was. So songs like the one he did with Joey Badass, and the songs he did by himself, Changes, Remedy for a Broken Heart, and Sad, were all amazing hits that he created. And they're all just such good songs, and they mean a lot to me, especially with his legacy. This is the second best X album, I think, of all time. So next we do have Legends Never Die. Now, Legends Never Die is the posthumous album of Juice WRLD, and this is one of my favourite albums. I think this is number 7. So this is number 7. So this is Juice WRLD's posthumous album, and I love all of the songs on this. It's such a good album, and once you listen to it start to finish, you realise this is his legacy encapsulated within an album. And it's just such a special album to me that nothing can really compare. And I'm so happy that it released when it did, July 10th, 2020. It's just an amazing album all round. And it was Juice WRLD's death and his songs releasing were a lot better handled by Juice WRLD's team than X's, personally, and that's what I feel. So at number 6 we have Astroworld. Now Astroworld, obviously, I have this beautiful thing right here. This is the Reese's Puffs container. So Astroworld is an amazing album. I personally love all the songs off of it, and I have some of the merchandise from it as well, which was really expensive to get shipped over to the UK. So I do love this album, and he released it at a time which was perfect, which was August 3rd, 2018. And I just think everything about the release of this album, the sales it did, even with the merchandise bundling, and everything around this album was just perfect. And I don't think he could have done anything better, personally. So at number 5, we have the only English artist on this list, and it's Dave, or otherwise known as Santan Dave. So it's Psychodrama, and Psychodrama is an amazing album as an experience. So as an experience, Psychodrama takes you on a trip. So Psychodrama is an amazing experience, and I just personally really enjoy how it's set out as well. Going from start to finish, it takes you on an experience which you won't forget, and one that you can keep going back to and reliving. It's got so much heart involved in the making of this album, and the standout songs for me on this album are Psycho, Streatham, Disaster, and Location, and Pebble Heart. Right, so next we've got an album which I never thought would be on my top 10 list, especially not 4th. MGK, Tickets to My Downfall, is 4th on my best ever albums list. So this album released in September 25th, 2020, so it's a very recent album, and all of the songs on this album give you so much energy and excitement, it's amazing. The standout songs for me on this album are Drunk Face, Bloody Valentine, Body Bag, and My Ex's Best Friend. And it's just like all the features on there, like Youngblood, Black Bear, they're just an amazing... they're just so good together, and all of the songs work perfectly. Trippie Redd's song, Halsey's song, they're all so good, and I'm so happy I found this album when I did, because I'm blasting it out so much recently, and I love MGK right now. He's so good. Right, so we're into the top 3. So this is number 3. Now this is The Search by NF. Now The Search by NF is an album which some people might not know. If you don't know it, you should go and listen to it. So The Search is an experience, and that's what makes it special to me, is all of the songs on this album are obviously clearly thought out and work so well in the order they're put in. Now some of the songs that I really enjoyed on this album especially were I Miss the Days, Hate Myself, Let Me Go, and The Search. Also When I Grow Up as well. They're all very good songs, and I find them so interesting to listen to, because he explains his life and experiences so well within these songs. It just makes them such an enjoyable experience that I'm not sure other people can relate to, unless you've lived a life like him, or you can relate to certain aspects. Right, so we're down to number 2. So number 2 on this list of my top 10 albums is Goodbye and Good Riddance. Now this is a Juice WRLD album, which kind of put him on the map, I would say anyway. So this released in May 23rd, 2018. This is not when I got onto Juice WRLD, but when he became mainstream. And I've listened to all of these songs on this album multiple times. If you listen to them individually, they're amazing, but if you listen to them all together, one by one, in the order they were placed in, it's like an experience. All the skits that were in the album, they're used so well, and they give you an experience which you can't forget. I can remember some of the skits even now, just like hearing them in my head, because they're so emotional and they make you experience what he felt and write in his songs, and it gives me a deeper connection to Juice WRLD and everything he created within his art. Right, so we're down to the number one album on my list is 17 by XXXTentacion. Now 17 is my favourite album of all time, mainly because it helped me through one of the worst periods of my life. When it released in August 25th, 2017. Now, 17 is an album which X explicitly says he wants to help people. And he really did. He changed my life and many other people's lives by the album. And it was such an amazing album that when he released it, I couldn't stop listening to it, because it made me feel like I wasn't alone and people were there to support me. And it just makes me really happy that he helped so many people, myself included, and it means the world to me that this album is, like, it just exists because of how it made me feel at the time, and how emotional it still makes me feel thinking about the songs. Like, Depression and Obsession, like even the explanation helped so much for me. F Love with Trippie Redd, the only feature on the album. Just all of them made me feel so much better than I have done. And I'm so happy that I found this album and found X. Because finding X was the best thing I ever did. He helped me so much. Right, anyway guys, that's the end of the video. If you could, I would really appreciate it if you give this video a thumbs up and also hit the red button to subscribe. I am trying to release some more videos, but this is just a video while I'm getting my main video out. The main video I'm doing this month is taking the whole month, funnily enough. You'll see what it is, hopefully, if you subscribe and click the notification bell. So, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. It's hopefully a good one that you'll enjoy, and to hear my opinion on, if anyone's watching this, of course. I do really appreciate you guys watching this, if anyone is, and thank you.